Preface and Chapter 1 of Grampa In Oz by Ruth Plumly Thompson. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Phil Chenevert, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Grampa In Oz by Ruth Plumly Thompson. Preface. Dear boys and girls, this book is all about an old soldier called Grampa, a young prince, a lost princess, and a weathercock named Bill. I might never have known a thing about them if Dorothy had not been mixed up in the story. But if there is any excitement in Oz, that girl is bound to be right in the middle of it, and her adventures with Grandpa, Prince Tatters, and Bill are the most curious that have happened in a year of Oz days. Really. I hope the other boys and girls will like Grandpa as much as I do, says Dorothy. And I hope so, too, for I'm awfully fond of the old soldier. I hear from Glinda that Mombi the Witch is up to some mischief, so I must hurry off to the Emerald City at once. If it is true, I'll tell you all about it in the next story. Now please do write me some more of those jolly letters, and tell me of any Oz news you may hear, will you? Meanwhile, lots of love, good wishes, and good times to you. Ruth Plumly Thompson. Philadelphia, July 1924. Chapter 1, A Rainy Day in Ragbad. King Fumbo of Ragbad shook in his carpet slippers. He had removed his red shoes, so he could not very well shake in them. "My dear," quavered the king, flattening his nose against the cracked pane, "will you just look out of this window and tell me what you see?" My dear was really the Queen of Ragbad. Years ago, when she had first come to the old red castle on the hill, she had worn her crown every day, and was always addressed as Your Majesty. But as time passed and affairs in the kingdom had gone from bad to worse, my dear, like many another queen, had taken off her crown, put on her thimble, and become plain Mrs. So-and-so, and with all her sewing she had barely been able to keep the kingdom from falling to pieces. She was stitching a patch on the king's Thursday cloak at this very minute I am telling you about. "What now?" gasped the poor lady, and rushing to the window, she also pressed her nose to the pane. "Do you see what I see?" choked King Fumbo, clutching at her hand. "I see a great cloud rolling over Red Mountain," panted Mrs. So-and-so. "I see the red geese flying before the wind. I see—" Here she gave a great bounce and brushed past her husband. "I see my best patchwork quilt blowing down the highway," moaned Mrs. So-and-so, stumbling across the room. "Ruination!" spluttered the king as the door slammed after his wife. "Shut the bells! Ring the windows! Fetch Prince Tatters and call my red umbrella! Grandpa! Scroggles! Where is every Ragbad body?" Grandpa, as it happened, was in the garden, and Grandpa was an old soldier with a game leg who had fought in 980 Ragbad battles and beaten everything, including the drum. Just now he was beating the carpet. Tatters, the young Prince of Ragbad, was off on a picnic with the red smith, and Scroggles, the footman of all work about the castle, was mending a hole in the roof, so none of them heard the king's calls. Finally, seeing that no one was coming to carry out his commands, Fumbo began to carry them out himself. First he clutched his red beard and jumped clear out of his carpet slippers. Next he slammed the window on his thumb. With his thumb in his mouth he hurled himself upon the bell rope, pulling it so violently the cord broke and dropped him upon his back. Having failed to ring the bell, he wrung his hands, and well he might, for the room had grown dark as pitch, and the wind was howling down the chimney like a pack of hungry gollywockers. "I'll get my umbrella," muttered King Fumbo, scrambling to his feet. But just as he reached the door, 10,000 pounds of thunder clapped the castle on the back, and so startled poor Fumbo
Sample complete. Ready to continue?